Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Billy, and welcome back to Stoneblock 2. In the last episode, we were working with some chickens, which I've cleaned up this area just a little bit. We were working with some chickens. I got some orange chickens, and we got some normal chickens, which I'm just breeding up a bunch of them, just for the sake of it, to be perfectly honest. And yeah, we were kind of planning out the base. We got some cow stuff too. He's producing lava, which something I'm not entirely sure is if the cows can ever be like upgraded. As far as I can tell, let's look at fluid cows. It doesn't look like there's any sort of anything that will make them like stat increases, like the chickens have. The chickens will have one of a strength stat. Wow, that's a little bit of a tongue twister. Gain and growth stats that we can improve to make them produce faster. I don't think the cows have that, so they'll be a lot simpler. But we were discussing a little bit last episode about the base and the kind of the plans of having this central room, this rounded central room that's going to be kind of donut-like, and then various different paths to other places. Including a machine room that is going to be where we're going to have power. We're going to open this up. It's going to be a big square room. It's going to go down lower, probably pretty low, to be perfectly honest. The farm will probably start by going down into a big area that's like fields, and we'll build a barn for the cows and chickens and stuff like that. So yeah, we got a lot of cool things we can do with that. Between episodes though, I did a little bit of digging, and we have our first little basement here, with a tunnel to the machines. I'll probably end up labeling things later, but what my original plan was today was we're going to set up our Applied Energistics system. Just the basic gist of it, just kind of getting it into the room, and we're just going to have it honestly right off the bat, just right here with the ME controller, and we'll probably do an ME drive right now so that we can put a glass fiber cable here and have the crafting terminal like so, just kind of in the middle of the room, and at eye level, so we can use it pretty easily. Put our 1K storage. That is not much storage. So we're going to want to improve that a little bit. And one of the things we're going to work on today is we're going to make the Advanced Inscriber. Now that we have the capability of having power, we can actually do stuff with that. So one thing to kind of note, that's not necessarily how we're going to want to have things. Let's break this. And I think we're actually going to want to have the controller like here-ish. We can have the storage here, why not? And have the controller here. Now we're not too worried about how we have things set up too much, other than underneath here I want to be able to, whoops, not zoom out the map. I want to be able to have a cable so that we can use the inscriber stuff. But we're not too worried about like channels and all that kind of stuff yet. We don't have enough things. Now, eventually, we will be sending cables all directions, as well as various other things if we need to. If we want to, for example, actually, we'll probably just use ME cables. That's probably all that's going to be in the tunnels between the locations. In here we'll have some auto crafting and all that kind of stuff, which we'll get to later. And I might also make the roof a little bit bigger. For now, this is just what we're going to have. But yeah, we have a lot of things that we can start doing. And first things first, we got to kind of figure out how we're going to do things. So one of the big things that we can do is, or one of the big things we need to do is start moving power. And, well, originally I was thinking, okay, we're going to need a bunch of steel so we can make some basic universal cables, and we'll just grab power off of this guy and send it this way. and everything will be great. Well, that's not necessarily needed. So what we're going to do instead is get into Flux Networks and use those. Now, I also want to do some miscellaneous quests, and like I said, I do want to get the at least one Advanced Inscriber, which is just going to require some processing stuff. Nothing too difficult. The one thing that is kind of a curiosity to me of whether or not we can do it easily is silicon. Ender IO, we can't get. Applied Energistics is any sort of crushed powder smelted up. Any other ways? Sag milling clay, alloy smelter, that's just normal smelting. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to get some Sturgis quartz or crushed quartz of some sort. And that's something that I was hoping we wouldn't have to do because we don't have that much quartz in general. So, at least I don't think we do. Do we have any in here? Oh, never mind. We have plenty. Okay, never mind. Let's go ahead and get the inscriber. The Advanced Inscriber, because that's going to be a lot nicer for us to kind of use. So we're going to need to pulverize. We're going to need 2. And then something I would like to make, just to make my life a little bit easier, is a Redstone Furnace. So that is going to be just some iron, tin, glass, bricks, copper, gold, redstone. Okay, nothing too major. The only question is, do we have some clay still lying around? No. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just grab this. I'm going to put it in there. And we're going to need some dust. So that's not too big of a deal. Actually only need like one of these. And I keep hitting the wrong button. I keep hitting O instead of the normal. I think we only need 2 clay. Instead of my inventory button, which, in case you never knew, I feel like I've said this before in some series. It's transforming. I don't want it to transform. I actually don't use E for my inventory. I never use E. I use I. And I know it's kind of weird because you have to move your hand and all that kind of stuff, but I've always just found it easier, so that's what I use. Is that far enough away from the mycelium where it won't convert? Yes. So what was happening was it was trying to turn into witch water, and we can't get clay out of that. So we're gonna just put that back, turn that into the clay balls so that we can smelt them up. So we're going to need some glass. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see, we're going to need a little bit of tin, some copper, and a gold. So this should be everything we need to make the Redstone Furnace. So we're going to need 3 stone gears. So let's just get some cobblestone smelted up. We're going to need one of these guys. And let's just make sure that, I mean, we could cast stone onto, is there any other gears we can use? No. Only other thing we could do is cast, but we'll just make some stone. I believe I have a little bit. So we can at least make the tin gear. And that will allow us to make the machine frame. And then we just need the bricks and the copper gears. So the bricks are almost done. Copper gears will be a little bit longer. We need 3 more. Okay, so we're going to make the Redstone Furnace just so that it's easier to smelt things. Without having to use actual furnaces, it'll be a little bit better, a little bit quicker. Can I still use the crafting part? I can. Cool. So we have that. And we are actually going to need more copper. So we can go ahead and smelt up some copper. Let's do 27. That is blocks. So that is a round number for blocks. So that is fine. And we can get this going. Now, if we put stuff in there, does it stay? It does. Okay, cool. So, yeah, that is going to be that. We'll wait on the flux stuff for a little bit because of how we actually need to make the stuff. And then the Advanced Inscriber does require 2 hoppers. So we're going to need a little bit of wood. I have plenty of wood on me. Just grab the first block of copper. Let's go ahead and finish making the Redstone Furnace, and then we can use other things for making what we need. So there is the 2 copper gears. And there's the Redstone Furnace. Perfect. Now, we're going to need 2 hoppers. We can make them like this. Pretty easy. And then we're just going to need 2 diamonds. And I think that's it. So we can set up the Redstone Furnace. And we're just going to put that right here for now. And 2 diamonds are going to go in there. We're going to need the engineering press for those. Now, eventually we're going to need to make 5 Advanced Inscribers because we're going to need 1 for each of the presses, which there are 4, and then 1 to put everything together. So all in all, that's not too bad. We can go ahead and make our silicon. We can put that away. Silicon press. And there's that. And then we'll be able to make the Advanced Inscriber. So I'm gonna keep those on the we can learn how to craft them later. But yeah, so once we have this, we'll have to hook it up to Applied Energistics power to actually use it. But it is a lot better. You can put stacks of items, so we can make stacks of processors whenever we want, and kind of go from there. So it is 100% an upgrade. We just gotta kind of have a little bit of infrastructure before we can use it. So there is the Advanced Inscriber. Get rid of that. And like I said, that is going to be so important later. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make a Flux network. And what that is going to allow us to do is really cool. We can transfer power wirelessly. Yeah, that's it. We can just transfer we can transfer power wirelessly. Transfer wires powerlessly. But yeah, we do need to attach the Advanced Inscriber down here. That's what that cable's for. And then I'll bring the stuff over here later. And eventually we'll have auto crafting and we can not worry about things. So let's get into the Flux Networks. Now, in order to do things with this, we're going to need a Flux Controller, which is going to require some Flux blocks, which we can get from Redstone. Just by smelting up redstone. That's all we need to do. We need to get 5 of these guys. I'm just going to throw those in there. And we're going to need a flux plug. Flux plugs add energy to the network. So we're actually going to need 1 more block. So basically we put something on one of these. We can put it just right here, and it would add power to a network, and then we can take power out of the network using a flux point. Now we are going to need these flux cores, and they require eyes of enders. That is unfortunate because we don't have that many ender pearls, so that's something that we're going to want to kind of work towards getting a lot more of. We currently have 3, and that will be enough for now. So we are going to have to turn all of those into eyes of ender. Shouldn't need any more blaze powder for right now. We might in a little bit, depending on if I want to do some other quests. But we are going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just get like, let's see, we're gonna need 12 for those, plus 2. Question, can we actually turn these back? No, we cannot. So it's a good thing I didn't try to do anything like that. So we're gonna need to make these flux cores. We are going to need obsidian. We're gonna need 12 obsidian. So there is a question of, do we have that? We have 10. Okay, I can make 2 more pretty quickly. Let's just grab this, put that there, and we should be able to just do something like this. Grab some lava. We have so much lava production right now. And there's 1. And 1 more lava, and we'll be able to do this. So, yeah, honestly, resources, we're doing pretty good. We definitely need to get some automation going to have more in general, but we'll get there. Once we have the Flux network set up, we can transfer power wirelessly, so things will be a lot easier. So we need to make 3 of those. We need the controller. We're going to need a plug, and we're going to need a point. So nothing too major. Can you turn? No. So first things first, we need to just put this somewhere. I am going to put it in this corner. And we can basically create a network. So let's create a new, it crashed. Alright, so that crashed. Don't click that. We need to find, create a new network. So we're just gonna call it main power, because it makes sense. Public create. So we now have a network. And so what we can do, theoretically, is we can grab the Flux plug. You plug things in. I can never remember which one's which. We set it just right there, and we can connect that to main power. And then we come over here with our Flux point, and we're just going to put this right here, and we're going to connect that to main power. And it's going to start sending power back and forth. And now we can use our Applied Energistics system. That is as easy as it is. So, yeah, I'm just going to dump everything in there. Power should not be a problem. This 1 magmatic dynamo should be good enough. We are gaining power. So, yeah, it's just fine. We're not losing lava. We have plenty of everything. That is still increasing as well. So yeah, we are good to go. So with that, we have power wherever we need it. And so we don't have to run power cables everywhere. It's a lot cleaner. It's a lot nicer. Now, eventually we might want to run certain power cables, Draconic Evolution specifically, because it is such a power-hungry mod. But we can just put it near the machine room. We can just put the power-hungry stuff in the machine room and not worry about it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So we have those now. And for the rest of the episode, I think what we're going to do is just some questing, because why not? So first thing we're going to be making is a heavy oak sieve. Sieve. I can never pronounce that word correctly. Sieve. It is a sieve. So we're going to just make one of those, and it's just to complete the quest. I have no intention of using it. It works exactly like the normal sieves, but rather than using normal dust, it would use compressed dust. It just uses the compressed things. But when I break the compressed cobblestone or any compressed blocks, it gives me the the normal version of it, so the uncompressed version. So there's not much point. You have to recombine it to then use it. So not something I particularly want to do. The other thing we need to do is make a auto sieve. So that is going to require a little bit of glass. Which I don't know if we have that. That is something we'll have to... Yes, we do have enough. So we just need 6 glass panes. I don't think we have any glass panes otherwise. We're going to need some iron blocks. And I think we can handle everything else. So, no, we need a slab. Do we have any wooden slabs? Of course not. That's fine. We can make some more wood. We can grab a slab. And then we should be able to make this no problem. We just need to grab some glass panes. And we're missing some normal iron. Because I put it into the Applied Energistics system. That is something I'm going to have to get used to. So, there we go. Auto sieve. Created, done. Now, eventually we are probably going to use these. We put a mesh in, we give it power, and everything works. So that is something we're probably going to use just to collect resources automatically. No real reason. I'm going to look into exactly what all the sifting can give us. So basically looking at this page and seeing, okay, if we want flint, we need to use flint mesh, and that's going to give us the best chance, because anything higher we don't get flint. And just seeing what changes between the different tiers and what we might want to actually get. So, you know, do we really need flint to be automatically made, or can we get flint other ways? Flint is also... You know, we can get flint just from gravel. We can get it from essence. We can also get it from... There's a lot of ways to get flint. We can get it from crushing cobblestone into gravel. Or we can turn gunpowder into flint, which is not necessarily something I'd want to do. But there is also chickens. Flint chickens will give us flint. Surprise, surprise. So, this might be how we want to get flint. And that will be easier. So, we'll just kind of look into that. Now, one thing to kind of note, we're not going to be able to store too much Applied Energistics stuff yet. So, we're going to need to upgrade that. And I think that's what we'll start doing next episode. But we can get some random rewards, a builder, and some capacitors. That's kind of nice. Let's go ahead and make a porcelain doll, if we can. I think if we just type doll, it's going to be the easiest. So we need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe? Yes, there are 8 different dolls that it's going to make us make. So let's go ahead and make 2 with diamonds. And actually, let's use the emeralds. But we are going to make 2 of these. And so we're going to need 10 clay and 10 bone meal. So there's 2. I can put some of the stuff away, maybe. I have an Applied Energistics system right here that I can use. So just do this. And then we're just going to need some dust. Something we're going to probably do relatively early is making a system to easily convert a cobblestone generator into dust, sand, gravel, and dirt. Just so we have excess of those. Most of the time people call them cobbleworks. And yeah, we're gonna want one of those in the relative near future. So that is something to kind of work towards. And we should be able to go ahead and make the doll. We're gonna make 12 of them. And that is a quest. Now, the question is, of these dolls, which ones can we make and which ones can we use? Now, I don't know that we're going to use them right now, but let's see if we can make any of them. So, oozing doll requires slime, which I don't think we have currently. We can get slime, but I don't think we have any right now. So let's see, what else can we do? Crushing. So obsidian, don't really want to work with that. Niter, snowballs, a lot of this stuff we can't do. Prismarine, purple dye, black dye, and blaze powder. So the blazing is the only one that we could probably go ahead and do. But the problem is, I don't know if we have any nether wart. So that's something that we're going to need to start collecting and then growing. We do not have any nether wart. Wow. We can get it later through nature essence. We can turn mushrooms into it, or you can sift for it. But you need to use string meshes, and I don't think we have any string meshes anymore. So, yeah, we're just going to hold on to the dolls and use those later. So that is, I think, going to be it for today's episode. We got a little bit done. We got, well, we got more than a little bit. We have power everywhere in the base. Now, I am going to go ahead and between episodes, I'm going to craft up just manually a bunch of 1K storage components. So just going to get a bunch of logic processors, work on that. And next time we're going to expand the Applied Energistics system, and more than anything, we're going to work towards auto crafting. So that's going to be the plan, if we can do that. And we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!